Hello, everybody. This is Lita and Malachi. He's all dressed up and in his sleeper, in his um, um, polar bear and sleeper. And so he's very cute. He also has feet with, little feet with polar bears on it. And today is, um, I think, for the Facebook is talking about yourself. And I know that for Thursday on YouTube, it was Pocket Day, but I missed that. So, anyways, today I'm going to be talking about chronic illnesses, especially closer to minor, what I know of, because there's so many, I don't know everything. So, um, well, and plus what I go through, in the day and stuff like that. So, my chronic illnesses, there's a mix of things. I'm sure I've talked about it before, but I have a small intestinal obstruction, forcing me to eat specific foods and be on a special diet. I also have IBS, which doesn't help that, which doesn't, plus I have fibromyalgia, diabetes. I think it's a cause of that. It didn't help that my food for my body has changed, and I think that's why diabetes developed more after. But there's also diabetes in family. But I have, um, yeah, fibromyalgia. I have weakness, and that's due to radiation. Radiation destroyed my body, so I tire easily. And I had radiation when I was a child because I had leukemia. Um, so I also have, so anyways, all that. And so I tire very easily. And there are days that my body tires more than others. Um, there have been times when my husband had to push me up the stairs to help me get up the stairs because I couldn't do it myself. Any normal job like running around and stuff like that wouldn't work for me. So that's one thing. And I might have spoke of chronic illness or mine anyways before. So yeah. So when someone has a chronic illness, it's really sucks because you're sick every single day. You have something wrong. I know there's days that you feel better than others, but one day you can feel good, the other day you um you go right down and you feel like crap. And um, yet I have sleeping issues. I don't sleep well. I don't sleep much, and sometimes at night I am up. Um, there's days I can be up all night, all day, all night, and not be able to sleep at all. Um, but my body, I know this past week, my body has been uh, exhausted to the point where I'm moving. Like right now, tonight, I'm like in a lot of pain. And I rest in the day because I'm so exhausted. I sleep, and it doesn't seem to go away. Like I said, for a week, I've been this way, like just having a hard time falling asleep. And having my body rest, so I ache. And I know a lot of us with chronic illness ache. Um, a lot of us, if you look at us, we won't show it. We will continue our day and not even say anything, and you wouldn't even know. A lot of time you'd laugh or smile through it, but in a day, like there's days if your pain is all day long. I know I have had times when I become more stressed or grumpy because of it, and it's just no fun whatsoever. And I know some people go to the hospital more than others. I go to the hospital a couple times a month because of my issues, my chronic issues. Not just that it's chronic illness, I also have chronic pain. I get polyps, and I have to go in the hospital for that. So I'm in the hospital very often for that. So they give me like strong medication to be in a hospital and then I have somebody to have to come and get me. Although for me, when I get the medication, they give me the medication, I might feel sleepy a little bit and stuff like that. They do the operation and everything like that. But I don't get into the effect where I'm talking funny or my mind is gone for a while. No, I don't have that issue with, well, anyways, with the meds they gave me. I know some people say, I don't know, maybe it's because of the different med that get than them. I'm not sure. But it's not the same illness either. So that's what's different. So that and, so yeah, it's not fun because, my arms can be really weak, and painful. Since I have fibromyalgia, some people have it very chronically where they can't get out of it. I can still get out of bed. I can still walk, but there are days that are harder for me to walk than others. And yeah, and then there's a time I have canceled appointments because I couldn't make it in that day, and it's frustrating because they say you have to give 24 hours. That's frustrating because you don't know. Well, I definitely, my health issues, I don't know what's going to happen in 24 hours. It could be one day I'm fine, next day I'm not. So sometimes I call them like, well, I'm sorry, but I can't know when I'm going to be in pain or not. We are or feeling not be able to walk well or not be able to move well. We don't know. We have to, there's sometimes we have no choice but to change our appointments because of that. So it's like, and that's what some people don't understand. Some doctors don't understand. I had a doctor sitting here, that's a long while back now. If you do more exercise, you'll feel better. And he was my cancer doctor. I went to the gym for 6 months. I did not feel better. There wasn't any change. I felt the same. I mean, sometimes I feel the same than before. I mean, some people maybe exercise help, but exercise don't help my chronic illness. It doesn't do anything. I mean, it helps where it helps me keep going, like, but to say that it helps my illness, no, it doesn't. I don't feel better in my illness after the exercise. Sometimes I still have a lot of pain. So that's not true. Like, for me, that's not true. I'm still in pain or I'm still not feeling good after. I do it because I know it's important. That's why I do it, because it's important for the body. But yeah, when they say it makes you feel good, no, not well. Maybe some people, but not for me. I don't feel good after that. It doesn't change how I feel at all. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still in pain. I'm still not feeling good, and I try to do exercise every day, and that's it. And even sometimes after exercise, I get even more pain, not less pain, more pain. And so that's the thing. I do exercise every week anyways, and in the week I'll do a little bit of exercise every day. Try to do a little bit of exercise every day because I know it's good for my health. But with the food changing and what I can eat and what I can't eat is very difficult because like some people even can't eat. I've had days where I felt very nauseated and I wasn't hungry and I didn't eat. Um, and I know some of us like on with health issues lose a lot of weight because a lot of times you can't eat. Um, so and some of us have medication we take which um, which makes us put on more weight. So like you can't judge someone just by what you see. You don't know. So that's the thing. But for me, since I've had illness since I'm young, they don't really um, say, okay, go home, there's nothing wrong with you. No, they keep an eye on me for sure. But I mean, there's some people like where chronic illness, you don't look sick. Just a minute. Yeah, okay. So you don't look sick. Some people say, don't look sick. There's nothing wrong with you. And it doesn't mean it shows.
That we're sick, um, because I've heard some people say that to some people that I watch or that I see, well, some people do have a um, dog that they have to support them, and they're asks. I'm actually looking at getting one.
yeah, a dog like that, and because of my diabetes, and well, my chronic illness too. If you feel like the dog feels like I'm weakening or getting dizzy or something happens, well, I'll at least have it because in the past I fainted a couple times. So yeah, and if I get dizzy spells, the dog is there to stop me from getting up, for example, or something like that. If I'm not ready to get up, so so there's reasons that I want one, not just that's not a game. So yeah, like we're having a yeah, just it for everybody that has chronic illness. I get it. It's very complicated. Like I said, most days we are in pain. Like this whole week, I just haven't felt myself at all. I just exhausted all week long. I still keep trying. I still try to keep going. Um, and moving and not give up on myself. Definitely not. I do what it takes. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah. So it's difficult because we don't know. There's some days we're feeling fine, and then others you're gonna feel like crap. Um, Even just um, walking down the street. There was one day I went with my husband because we had some things to do, and I felt like I was walking like a drunk person because I couldn't seem to have my keep my balance well. So I was walking back and forth a bit this way, and my husband was like, "Come on, it's over here, over there." Like, there's even a time where I got completely confused and turned around. I didn't know which way I was going. So yeah, um, so yeah, that's why I think it's a complicated thing, and not everybody understands. Even doctors, like I said, some doctors doesn't think anything about it. So yeah, and then I went through multiple operations, and just yeah, not gonna say it's so long, so much that you can't count. So yeah, so yeah, and um, it's um, I always say to people, oh, the hospital is my second home because it's like I'm always there. If something happens, I'm there. Like, a lot of time before I completely like fix my diet strictly in a certain way, I was there at some point once a week. I was in the hospital with chronic pain. Um, so it's really bad to the point where I was given morphine to re- to help the pain um, slow down, less pain. So um, that was a time too that I did that, and so um, yeah, it's not easy. I'm lucky; I can still walk. I have my legs; I can still walk around. Whereas some people I know, they can walk only a certain amount, and they need other things to help them to support them. My friend, she has a wheelchair, and she also has a walker. I'm still good. I don't need any of those. But yeah, it is. There are times when walking is not easy. Well, like before I went into physio, I was starting to walk worse and worse and worse. Like my walking was so slow. I had a hell of a time walking. So, physio helped me walk better. So, those exercises were good. Um, it helped loosen my muscles and everything. It helped loosen, so but it doesn't take away the pain like I have. Like today, I just have the pain down my back, and I feel like the pains are shooting down my arms. So yeah, it's complicated. It's definitely complicated. Yeah, and so yeah, and I don't understand sometimes you go on a bus and you see people that are older or have issues and people just sit and stare. Why? not get up and leave that person in your seat. I do it all the time, and I have illness, pains and illnesses that my husband actually tells me to sit down sometimes because he doesn't want me falling. Because not just that I have bad balance, but sometimes I'm in so much pain that my husband's like, sit down. I have to bring like pain medicine with me when I go out because there are times I am in so much pain that I need it. Um, so um, you never know. Like you never know what's gonna happen from one day to the next. So I used to be stressed, even depressed because of it. And I know like people want, like some people will say, well, in 10 years I'd like to be there. In 5 years, like it's so for some people, fine, it works. For me, it was stress and depression. So I decided to do something about it. I decided to teach myself to take a day at a time and not worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Because when tomorrow happens, I will, do what I need to do, and on that day. Um, and for me, that's what works. That keeps me from stressing out, from becoming depressed, from yeah, um, yeah, going to the the worst depressions. I talk about it because I do have chronic depressions. I have depression, um, so I have to take meds for that. I've had depression for a long time, and but right now with the meds, I don't feel depressed. Those work very well. When I'm in the hospital and it has happened that I was off the pill, I have but we can't. I have become depressed after. I was weaned off a little slowly, but because I was in the hospital and I had to take other stuff. Sometimes you have medicine in the hospital you can't take with some of your meds, so I end up not being able to take it. And yeah, they found out I looked depressed myself themselves. So yeah, so I do need those pills for depression. Um, so so yeah, it's complicated. Um, uh, Sometimes you just want to give up because you could be in so much pain that it's hard to deal with. I know I have a couple people that I watch on YouTube that has a channel um, that I love to watch. I have Chronically Jackie, The Fry Life, and The Raw Life. Those are all people that have chronic illness that I think are worse than me. Because one of them has cystic fibrosis. Somebody else is like paralyzed intestine, and so she has other issues with her skin and stuff like that. And then there's another one that has another health issue, and I like watching them because I can, compare. And I see what they're going through. I can understand what they're going through. That's what I mean. So. Um, what I'm trying to say. So yeah, chronic illness is just very complicated. Like they're always finding something new, and um, especially I find that fibromyalgia is just over my head. Like there's just so too many things now, but fibromyalgia. So for me, it's like whatever. So yeah, so I was like, my friend will send me stuff. I'm like, more stuff. Why do I have to know this? And then it's like fibromyalgia is so. I think it's also sometimes used as a way because they don't know what's going through your body, and they can't. So they're, well, your body's in pain. Are you being touched and you're screaming? I didn't scream, but I'm like, ow! Take your hand off me. My friend was saying like, she went like, ow, and she went to see a specialist for fibromyalgia, and he told her that there was nothing wrong with her. She's not screaming loud enough for it to be painful. And I'm like, seriously? I'm not like screaming my lungs off because somebody touched me. It's like, ow! Take your hands off me. Um, I had to tell my husband or my son, don't hug me today. I'm in pain or something like that. So it's frustrating because, I don't want to, it's not fun when, well, okay, we are a very affectionate family. So we do love to hug and kiss each other. And so, but when you're in that much pain, you have, I say, just please, or take your time. Don't push too hard, or, yeah, that's what it is having chronic pain. Um, there's one night I had belly pain, and I didn't know why, because I'm eating what I'm supposed to. I have not cheated. I don't, because I know if I cheat, I'm going to end up in the hospital with chronic pain in my belly. So I don't know what happened that night. I was in so much pain. I stayed up all night long and day because I was in so much pain, and then I couldn't sleep anyways. So that didn't help. So my sleeping schedule is crazy. My pain right now, it's not, my tummy is fine, but right now I can feel it shooting up strong, and I'm still talking. So yeah, so you never know what can happen. My friend, she says like every year as you grow older, you get more issues, if you know. And yeah, I just don't want to think about it like that. I just take what I have and deal with that. If there's anything more, I'll deal with it. Like for a while, I didn't have issues with diabetes, or it wasn't as bad. Now I have diabetes, and I have to take pills for it. And then I was reading how to control your diabetes, and they were saying about foods that can help. And then I'm like, great. I cannot eat those because it doesn't help my IBS, or small intestinal obstruction, or whatever I'm going through, you know. So it's frustrating because I can't get what my body needs because my body won't process it properly. So that's the issue. And I know that other people with the other illnesses too have the same issue, is that they have foods that their body just doesn't process and some people doesn't process at all. It doesn't go to their system, or they don't think they'll get the vitamins from them. I'm not at that far, but I am at the point where, for me, my food isn't processed properly, and so if I eat certain foods, I can get in a lot of pain. So my diet is very strict because of that, and it's very complicated for people like me to find the proper foods. I mean, I know what I'm taking and what I'm buying and everything. It's very difficult and very expensive because having what I have, um, having what I have and having to eat specific foods is very complicated. Um, I hate Ensure, and I don't know if there's any other thing that I should get. And I want, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that I might have to go for something that had helped me with that. I don't know. Something to talk to my doctor about. But yeah, I am. So I understand. Like, and all I can say is if somebody has an issue with chronic illness and their doctor doesn't understand them, go somewhere else. Definitely go somewhere else. For example, I'm going to give you another thing. My friend, she um, she's she has some weight, of course, and she has chronic illness too, and she wanted to see a specialist to try to help her, her food or eat some. Anyways, but when she went there, they're talking about cutting her stomach, part of her stomach, to make her so she doesn't eat so much. The problem with that, and the issue with that, is, first of all, she wasn't supposed to go there for that. It was more for nutrition. Second of all, if they were to do that to her, she wouldn't be eating anything because she barely eats. She eats like a bird. She's like me. I'm not a big eater. And if they did that, she would become very, very sick. So yeah, this doctor did not listen to her. Maybe this doctor thought that she was eating, hiding it, or lying, because I know there's a lot of people that might eat more than what their body needs, but she's not like that. So, and it's her medication that, she's bloated. Actually, she has God, she gets bloated, rounded, and she said there's no liquid. Like some people will have the water retention. She does not have water retention. She just has that, and so it doesn't help her either. And so, yeah, a doctor that doesn't know you And if they need information, they should get all the information needed before. And some people don't, or don't look at your information and make their own assumptions, and that's wrong because sometimes you can be um, misdiagnosed or wrongly, or diagnosed wrongly, and that's really bad for your health. Like I said, I'm just lucky that I don't have to deal with that because I have had already stuff went throughout my life with like leukemia as a child, and things just piled up on top of that. So um, yeah, so yeah, I think that um, I see that chronic illness is starting to be more known now today than the past, and there's more people and more doctors willing to find ways to help um, reduce our pain or help us, yeah, with pain management. And there's, I know there's pain management classes, and there's more out there, but I know that some people might not everybody might know that, but there is classes you can take for that, or seeing somebody for that. Yeah. So there's more out there, but sometimes not everybody knows about it. And um, being that I know that a lot of people are on YouTube and Facebook, and knowing that there's a lot of people, just awareness is a good way to let people know how you feel, how it works for you, and how some people have a doctor team, and I have like many specialists, and of course a family doctor. I have no choice but to have a family doctor because of my health issues. So yeah, I have that, and I have specialist doctors that also takes care of of me because of my health issues. So and so um, and some people don't have a supportive husband or family. I am a lucky one. My husband is very supportive of me. He's seen what I've been through, how many times I've been in the hospital. He's been there with my kids to see me. So it's really complicated. I love my kids so much, but I cannot be there for them the way I would love to because of my chronic illness. There are times I'm just run down. I can't do anything. And my husband's like, okay, sit down, relax, don't do anything right now. So yeah, so he's a wonderful man. I mean, to be there for me when I need someone to help me, he's there. Um, I have friends that supports me if I need anything, and she has chronic illness herself. My friend, I'm talking about that, and she has her husband's support too. So we were just lucky to have had that. But I can say, like for example, my husband's mother didn't understand what I was going through. She thought I was lazy, and even though I explained to her that I tire easily, she didn't seem to get it 100%. Because sometimes she'd say, "Oh, I'm sleeping in the afternoon. Am I sleeping? I shouldn't be sleeping in the day." But I think she learned that as time went on, that she saw what I went through, that she understood it, and then she wasn't so pushy towards me. Um, so yeah, it's not easy to understand because, and also like I said, it's not like there's a mirror or something that can show what we go through every day. We don't have something that say, here, look, this is how I am. So people will misjudge you or think that you're not sick or there's nothing wrong with you. And that's what happens in life. So sometimes we do have to speak up. We do have to say, hey, listen, I'm going through this, and if you don't understand, well, I'm sorry, but that will not change. So yeah, I mean, um, that's why you try to get the best support group. Make sure you have people that understand you and people that are there for you, because it is a very difficult road to go through, and you need some people to be there to be strong for you, because sometimes you might break down. You might want to give up and say, look, I have enough. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Um, I don't think I've had done that in a long time though. Maybe in the past, maybe many times I wanted to give up. There's things I've done because I wanted to give up. I just didn't want to deal with this because it's so hard, you know. And for me, starting as a little girl of 9.5, you know, with everything from there on, and so it's like I had like I had cancer from 9.5 to 12 years old. Like that's a very stressful, difficult thing to go through. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about that because I already have spoke about my life at one point, and it's in there. So it's in one of my videos. But what I'm saying is it's difficult. You can get depressed because as a child or a teenager, you don't know how to deal with this. It's hard to deal with, and a lot of people don't understand, and they tease and they're cruel to you. Um, and even if you say something, they'll just laugh in your face or something like that. I've had that happen um, because of that. And I missed a lot of school. I would miss a lot of school when as after I got cancer, and it was because of um, the radiation. What the radiation did to my body. I was in pain a lot, so um, I would miss like half my year of school due to being in and out of the hospital. Um, so I had a really hard time passing classes and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, it was difficult. Like I went to adult school when I was doing um, stuff in college. Again, I would be sick a lot. And before college, when I started my 20s, I did nursing classes, and that was too much, and I got sick. Um, and ended up at the hospital. Like I said, and working is just not possible for me. Mentally, physically, I can't. It's just too much. So I'm, yeah, stuck, and my husband is the one that works, and it's not easy living with a chronic illness because I mean some people can work and do stuff. I'm not saying that, but for me, myself, I cannot. I have tried. And I, when I say I don't give up, I can tell you that I have tried. I didn't want to give up. I kept wanting to go, go, go. But it's at one point I can find out that, okay, this is not working for me. I know I can't work. I have tried. I did my best. I fought through it. It's not working. So, even if somebody told me, well, you could try hard. I tried as hard as I can to go far. So, unless you're going through what I go through, you can't know how it is. And that's chronic illness. That's chronic illness. I know there's some women, some people that are frustrated because they can't work like me. I can't work. I barely worked in my life, and only because of this, because my body tires out so easily. Just going to my doctor, and my friend has that too. But for me, it's been years that has happened to me. Just going to an appointment at my doctor's um, tires me out so bad that when I get home, I usually fall asleep. I'm usually sleeping because it's just exhausting. So yeah, my doctor's is not close. My doctor's a distance from where I live too. I have to take two buses, and it's at the other end of town, so I have to yeah, go far. So when I come home, I'm exhausted. Um, yeah, just weather changes. Oh my God, it's the worst. I know a lot of people with chronic illness with weather changes, they feel really, really sick. Definitely, it gets to me. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just crazy because we live like this all our lives, or most of our lives, or well, not our lives. For me, I almost all my life because it's been since I'm young. But whoever, yeah, some people it is all their life. Like the girl I watch, oh yeah, I forgot to put her, Mary from the Fry Life. She has cystic fibrosis, and that you can only have that as a child. From your baby, yeah, young, from your small. I don't know how old you have to be, but yeah. So she's had it all of her life. She has cystic fibrosis. For me, well, when I say all my life, I mean it's not all my life because I was not born with it, but still, um, at 9.5, you're still very young. So that's why I say that. But anyways, what I'm saying is, yeah, some people might happen later, but it doesn't matter. It's still all chronic illness. It doesn't matter if somebody has more or less. It doesn't matter. It's still pain. It's still chronic illness. We're all going through something complicated. So yeah, yeah, just want to say like to you that yeah, it's um very difficult, very difficult. So yeah, I take the from a day at a time to do to go through what I had to go through. And like I said, everybody's different. We all go through pain differently. And for people who doesn't know about chronic illness, before judging or saying anything or think you know anything, find out or ask or at least talk to someone. Don't judge them and say you this and that. If they have a dog that's helping them with issues, then you shouldn't be going there and petting their dog, because just um, just petting their dog can distract them from their owner who they're watching in case something happens. So I've learned that. I mean, I didn't know at some point. Yeah, I touched a dog one time. She said, "Don't touch my dog." I'm like, "What?" Oh, I said, "Oops, sorry." And she said, "Yeah." So I found out. I found it after. Like, yeah, they don't usually want to touch a dog because it can, um, um, like I said, they might not um, sense when their person needs something. So yeah, just remember that if you see somebody with a their safety dog. I don't know. I can't remember the name. I have a blank. I'll tell you. I'll certainly remember after. But yeah, make sure you don't touch the dog. And you can always ask, but a lot of times they're gonna say no. And so yeah, just to protect, because it's important for them to protect their partner. So yeah, that's what I want to say. If I have anything else to say. I talked for 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes about chronic illness and what I thought. If you guys want to add to this, because like I said, this is just what I'm talking about, me mostly, a bit about my friends, what I know, and stuff like that. But if you want to add something, or you can. All right. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye for now.